We'll wind down here real quickly with WarGames predictions. We forgot there's a show coming up on Sunday from the former Black and Gold brand. We'll go through the predictions real quickly. Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson in a hair versus hair match. I've actually liked this feud, to be honest with you. I liked the verbal exchange last week. I've always liked Hudson, but I think the poker shit is stupid. They got to move away from that. But Grimes looks great with his new look, I think, and I wouldn't have him lose, though. I can't imagine Hudson going bald, but of the two, I think Grimes should win here, and I think he will win.
Oh, yeah, Grimes should win here. The poker stuff's pretty stupid, but, I'm not the biggest Duke guy anyway, so it is what it is. But, hair versus hair, normally the babyface wins, so I'm going with Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes all the way to the moon. Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy for the NXT Cruiserweight title. I've mentioned before I'm not a Gacy fan, but the guy can go in the ring. I think him and Strong are going to have a good match. The idea of him winning it and talking about, I'll defend it against people of all sizes and genders is honestly intriguing. I think that's clever. I will give them that. The belt means nothing because there is no Cruiserweight division. So, Strong's had one defense, I think, in the last 3 months, so the thing's just a prop at this point. I would just give it to Gacy, and then maybe he can rebrand it or something. So I think Gacy wins here.
No, I think I like Gacy. I don't love his character, but I think he's good enough in a ring that I can look past the character. I think his in-ring skills are good. I think, like you said, he's saying he's going to face anyone, any size. I think it's perfect to him win it, and then you just rebrand it as like an open weight championship, and
yep.
Face anyone. So, I like Gacy. Like I said, his character it's kind of growing on me. It's not the greatest, but I think he's good enough in the ring that he can get away with it. And I like Roddy, but I feel like they're all just pointing toward the new guy. So I feel like he'll probably start getting phased out a little bit. So I would give it to Gacy here.
Yeah, I think Diamond Mine is just a vehicle to get the Creed brothers over and Ivy Nile as well. And I love Roderick Strong, but I don't think they have any high hopes for him on the show. I think he was always... What'd you say?
Does the Asian guy not wrestle? I don't
no,
get it.
He hasn't said a single word or wrestled at all since he came in. I think he's supposed to be just... When I spoke to Roddy, he made it sound like in storyline he's a coach, but we haven't seen him do shit, so he's just the guy that stands there. That's all he's done so far.
He's pretty good at standing.
He adds a presence to the group, I guess, but I don't know. They haven't explained it. I don't even mind that explanation, but he told me that in an interview. He never talked with that on the show itself, so that's not his fault.
Yeah, but it's not like they show video packages of him coach wrestling with the other guys, coaching them. You just see him standing there.
He just always standing there. He's a good stander, so I will give him that. Imperium, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel taking on Kyle O'Reilly and our favorite Von Wagner for the NXT Tag Team titles. O'Reilly reportedly is not re-signed yet. They are trying hard to re-sign him. And Gargano, same thing, which we'll get to in a moment. I guess they could put the belts on O'Reilly and Wagner. I honestly get the feeling they will. But then if O'Reilly doesn't sign, they'll take the belts right back off of him. I'm going to say... You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say they put the belts on O'Reilly and Wagner. I never really thought they were gonna give a long reign to Imperium. They were just a weird choice to win the belts anyway. But they feel like placeholder champions until someone else beats them. And I think they're gonna put it on O'Reilly and Wagner to convince O'Reilly to stay. And hopefully he doesn't. But I think this is they're gonna try. So I think they're gonna give the belts to O'Reilly and Wagner, even if their reign is brief.
Nah, gotta go with Imperium here, unless Kyle O'Reilly resigns. If they can get him to resign, then fine, put the belts on him. If they're not, it would be dumb to take the belts off Imperium to put him back on him.
What if he doesn't resign until later this month, though?
So what are you going to have them have the belts for a month?
No, not either. Yeah, honestly, I think they will. The NXT 2.0, anything can happen. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it's probably they could. I could see them doing that.
Honestly, I see them losing. I could see them losing here. Them doing a quick feud with Wagner and O'Reilly, and O'Reilly leaves. All right.
Okay, I could see that. Maybe Von Wagner goes heel?
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Let's start with a women's War Games match here. Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Kaylee Ray taking on Dakota Kai and all of Toxic Attraction. The War Games stuff feels forced this year. It's just not the same, but at least the two War Games matches had some of a story to them, and there are some intertwining feuds here, so I do like that. I don't know who wins in each match, though. With this one, I feel like the baby faces are going to win. I don't know if you put the heels over in both matches. They didn't last year, and I don't think they will here either. I just get the sense that, I don't know. I know Toxic Attraction is who they're pushing right now, but it's not like they have this cohesive unit with Dakota Kai. They kind of teased tension after Dakota lost on Tuesday. So I think Raquel's team's going to win here to give them more momentum. That's who I'm going to go with.
Toxic Attraction, yeah, they're being pushed, but they've also won a ton. Dakota's kind of the wild card. They don't really have any allegiance with her besides that she's on their team. I will say we didn't really touch upon it. I thought Kai versus Kaylee Ray was like the best match of the week. I thought it was an amazing
very good match. Yeah, I liked Gargano and Breakker too, personally.
Yeah, I thought they're both good matches, but I thought Kai and Kaylee Ray just ripped the house down. I love Kaylee Ray, so great match. But I think the women, I think you can have the babyface team win here, get them some momentum, and then heading into the new year, you have some matches set up for them. I mean, I feel like you can do Kai and Gonzalez again, Io and what's her face? You can do Io and Mandy, and then maybe you can do even like maybe a little makeshift Kaylee Ray and Cora Jade versus JC Dolan and Jane, and maybe I don't know. I like Kaylee Ray as a face, but I just feel like she's just so much better as a heel. So maybe you can honestly have her turns in the near future, just because I feel like she's so much better as a heel.
We never got Raquel and Kaylee Ray, so maybe she screws over Raquel's team and Raquel takes exception to that and they feud from there.
Yeah, but I think they're still. Do you think they're going to do Kai and Gonzalez again, or?
Maybe. I know they did the match on TV. I don't know if they'll continue it as a program, though. I feel like I wouldn't mind if they did. And at least maybe one more match, but I could see that. I could also see them just pivoting to something new because we've already seen Kai and Raquel twice now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the women, especially, in divisions and all shows, but they have like a lot of talent that they can pretty much do anything that I wouldn't really care about. So that they put someone in there, I'd be fine with it. So I mean, I think they have plenty of possibilities here. I think Toxic Attraction's great. I think the babyface team has some old faces, some new faces. So I think it'll be good.
I agree. I'm looking forward to this one, as well as the main event, the men's WarGames match. Team Black and Gold is what they're going with. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, DIY reuniting for this one. Pete Dunne and LA Knight taking on Team 2.0, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Tony D'Angelo. Mere months into his NXT run, already in a fucking WarGames match is Tony D'Angelo and Grayson Waller too, I guess. Braun Breaker, but I mean, that one makes sense. This is another one. I'm going to go Team 2.0. I think they're obviously really going to push the new guys. The women's match isn't old versus new. That's just a mix of faces and heels, like faces team versus a heels team. This is like heels and faces working with each other. I mean, I guess all of 2.0 are largely heels now. Team Black and Gold is 2 heels and 2 baby faces the last time I checked. Gargano was another one where his contract was supposed to be up on Saturday or tomorrow, I think, and he resigned for a week. If he hasn't resigned between now and Sunday, I don't know if they would have him go over. I mean, it's not him specifically. They could have his team win. I think this screams 2.0 win here for Breaker, especially after losing to Ciampa at Halloween Havoc. Give him another shot. Carmelo's the North American champion. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably, I mean, there's dissension between the faces and heels on Team Black and Gold anyway. I think it just makes all the sense in the world to have Team 2.0 win this one.
No, I agree. I think Team 2.0 is going to win here. It just makes sense. I think they're pushing the 2.0 guys. I mean, there's dissension between the heels and babyface on the other team. I feel like LA Knight, yeah, he's a big name. I feel like he's been a freaking loser since 2.0 started.
Yep. He has been, yeah.
Anything of note. So, I mean, him losing here wouldn't really do much. And if Gargano's not even if he doesn't resign, I feel like the 2.0 guys are people that clearly pushing them. I mean, just watching the show, that's the direction they're going with. So, I mean, I think they need a win. Like I said, Hayes is the new North American champion. Want to give Breaker another chance at Ciampa. And then the other 2 guys, like, they're just there to be there. But, I mean, I think the other 2 need the win kind of a lot more than anyone else.
Sets up Breaker and Ciampa, you think, for at some point down the road a rematch for the title?
Yes, sir.
I think so as well. So what's your last take on Gargano? Does he stay? Does he go? Do you think he ultimately resigns? Or do you think, I mean, not even just that, do you think there's an option of him letting his contract expire, see what other options are out there, which I think he would be smart to do, and then coming back to WWE and staying in NXT or whatever, especially since his wife is there for the foreseeable future. I think that's more likely. I think my guess at the end of the day is that he'll re-sign without even letting his contract expire. I think he's waiting until minutes to midnight to do it. I would prefer if he let it expire and saw what else was out there, try to get a better deal out of the company, and then come back. I'm not even saying I want him at NXT. I don't know really where he fits in there because he's been here forever. I'm not even saying he would thrive in AEW. I don't really know, to be honest, but I don't know. It's an interesting situation. So what's your take on the Gargano status right now?
I mean, I think he'll stay. I just feel like he's a WWE guy. I mean, I think it's just, we're getting to the point, especially with AEW, is like you just can't have, like, They have so many people. And there's so many people, like, big WWE guys that they brought over that just haven't, like, really materialized. And I just bringing him in. I mean, they just signed Jay Lethal, and he was on the show for 1 week. I mean, he might have been on Dark and shit, but I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, no.
I feel like you can't bring in all, like, there's just not enough programming. And, I mean, I like Gargano, but, I mean, it's not like he's going to set the world on fire in WWE, but I just feel like people would be very disappointed if he went to AEW, because I feel like he'd be on Dark every week. There's not enough programming for him, and I just don't really see a spot for him right now. I feel there's just not a lot of spots for the people they have now, and if you bring him in, just another new face, there's not really anything to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's probably, if he's not going to AEW, and I think it'd be interesting. If he came in with Ciampa, I think that'd be cool, but I don't know when Ciampa can steal it up. I don't think it's up anytime soon. He's the current champion anyway. I think DIY would be awesome, but him on his own, I just don't see them making him a priority like the same way they did with Cole and other people. He's just not on that same level, and he doesn't have the same history like Cole does with the elite guys. I just feel like if it came down to it, like if he's not going to AEW, like if he was on Dark, then just stay in WWE. Even if it was Impact or something, I would even just prefer him to stay in NXT. I just don't see where he fits in there either. So I don't know if that's the main roster or NXT or whatever, or they just, I mean, obviously they need some veterans in NXT to work with the younger guys. Who that is exactly, I guess he would be one of them. Ciampa, once he loses that belt, I feel like they would have a lot less for him to do than Gargano. So I don't know. We'll see. But this could be a very good match, and I'm looking forward to WarGames on Sunday.